Today's story is sending the entire fandom into a complete meltdown, and before we dive into the emotional chaos and the unbelievable sweetness of what just happened, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any updates about these two ever again. Because what SHEN YUE quietly dropped on Instagram, without a warning, without a teaser, and without even a cryptic caption, has changed everything. It has restarted old rumors, awakened sleeping fanbases, and shaken the hearts of millions who have been following dylanwang and SHEN YUE's connection for years. And the way she posted it? So soft, so delicate, so intimate, it's almost impossible to believe she didn't know exactly what she was doing. It all started earlier this morning when fans noticed that SHEN YUE's IG activity suddenly spiked. At first, people thought she was just uploading a routine aesthetic post, maybe a landscape picture, maybe a cozy selfie, maybe something related to her drama promotions. But no. What she uploaded was something nobody could have predicted: photos with dylanwang. Not throwback promo pictures. Not official stills from Meteor Garden. Not behind-the-scenes shots from a drama set. These were different, warmer, closer, rawer. The kind of photos that don't usually make it onto celebrity feeds because they reveal too much of the truth people like to keep hidden. The first picture was enough to stop hearts everywhere. A candid shot. SHEN YUE laughing, not her fake camera smile, not her professional grin, but a genuine belly laugh. And beside her, slightly leaning in, was dylanwang, eyes crinkled as he looked at her like she was the funniest, softest, most comforting thing in his world. It wasn't posed. It wasn't staged. It was real. And fans instantly knew it. Within 3 minutes, the comment section exploded. People were tagging their friends, people were screaming in all caps, people were sending crying emojis, fire emojis, broken heart emojis, everything all at once. The Dylan and SHEN YUE Nation, as fans call themselves, came out of retirement like soldiers returning to battle after years of silence. They were ready. They had been waiting. But the shock didn't end there. The second photo made everything 10 times more intense. This one looked like it had been taken indoors, maybe a cafe, maybe a waiting room, maybe a private studio. SHEN YUE had her head on Dylan's shoulder. And Dylan? He had this protective expression, soft but serious, like he was shielding her from the world. That single image sparked more theories than any drama plot ever could. Because nothing about it felt professional. There was no stylist, no makeup artist, no lighting setup. It was two people who forgot a camera was there. Then came the third photo, arguably the one that broke the internet completely. It wasn't even outrageous. It was simple. Subtle. Quiet. But sometimes quiet things make the loudest noise. In the picture, their hands were close, almost touching. Not fully interlocked, but undeniably intimate. The kind of closeness you accidentally show when you're comfortable with someone. The kind of closeness you don't share unless that person means something to you. Fans didn't hesitate. They declared it: "We're witnessing history." Of course, the media went wild. Paparazzi started reposting screenshots, tabloids created headlines within minutes, and even verified entertainment accounts were asking, are dylanwang and SHEN YUE soft launching their relationship? The term soft launch began trending in multiple countries. China, Korea, the Philippines, Indonesia, and even the US fanbase contributed to the frenzy. But what made everything even more suspicious, beautifully suspicious, was that Dylan himself reacted to SHEN YUE's photos. No delay. No hesitation. No corporate timing. He liked the post. And not just that, he commented. And what he wrote was enough to send even the calmest fan into cardiac arrest. He commented, "This day was fun." 3 words. That's all. But those 3 words felt like a door cracking open to the truth everyone's been whispering about for years. Because dylanwang is not the type to comment casually. He's private. He disappears between drama releases. He doesn't feed rumors. But this? This was public. Voluntary. Unforced. People immediately zoomed in, overanalyzed the timestamp, and compared the comment to his usual online behavior. Everything pointed to one conclusion: Dylan wanted people to see it. Not long after the posts went viral, the hashtags began climbing global rankings. Hashtag SHEN, hashtag dylanwang, hashtag dylanwang moments, hashtag Meteor Garden Reunion, hashtag soft launch couple. Every tag went straight into trending charts. It looked like the entire internet was celebrating a festival dedicated to these two. And here's where things got even more interesting. A fan noticed something small but meaningful. The clothes they were wearing in the photos matched the outfits from the same day Dylan and YUE were spotted weeks ago by unauthorized fan cams, photos that fans initially thought were edited or just coincidences. Turns out, they weren't. Those sightings were real. Those moments actually happened. And YUE just confirmed it by posting these pictures. Meanwhile, on Weibo, industry insiders started dropping hints. One insider claimed the photos were taken recently, not years ago. Another said, there's a reason she chose to post them today. And a third one simply wrote, it begins. People were screaming. What begins? A relationship announcement? A joint project? A surprise appearance? A new drama? Nobody knows, but everyone is watching. But let's talk about YUE's caption. Or rather, the absence of it. She didn't write anything. No emojis. No explanation. No context. Just silence. That silence was louder than any romantic sentence she could have written. It felt like she was letting the photos speak for themselves. But perhaps the biggest clue came from YUE herself. Someone noticed she pinned the post to the top of her IG feed. A pin is not accidental. A pin means importance. It means she wants it to be the first thing people see when they visit her page. That one small action changed the tone of the entire situation. Now let's rewind for a moment. For years, both Dylan and YUE avoided confirming anything. They were close, then distant, then close again, always keeping fans fed just enough to stay hopeful but never enough to draw conclusions. But today felt different. Today felt deliberate. Today felt like a message. And that message? We're still in each other's lives. But as emotional as fans are, there's one universal truth everyone agrees on: they look genuinely happy. The photos weren't glamorous. They weren't flashy. They were simple moments between two people who seemed comfortable, peaceful, and safe around each other. That kind of energy can't be faked, not for a drama, not for fan service, not for PR. Now the biggest question remains: will they say something next? Will a statement come? Will Dylan share more photos? Will YUE upload another carousel? Or is this their quiet way of opening the door, letting fans peek inside without giving everything away? Nobody knows. But one thing is certain: whatever happened between them, whatever bond they still share, it's strong enough for YUE to post those photos. It's strong enough for Dylan to publicly acknowledge them. It's strong enough to send the whole world into a frenzy. And if this is just the beginning, then the fandom better buckle up, because things are about to get even more emotional.